subcontinent has now defined ourselves.
Hello and welcome to TOS TV, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Adesuwa Osuyi and this is TOS National News. The presidency has said no date has been fixed for the announcement of a successor to Inspector General of Police IGP Mohammed Adamu, who reached retirement age on Monday. Presidential spokesman Garba Shehu said on Monday on the channel's television program that he was not aware of any imminent announcement. He said the appointment of the next IGP would not be based on ethnic consideration. I quote, "The president returns to Abuja on Tuesday. He should be at his desk by Wednesday. I don't know when he will do this. One thing I can assure you is that in places sensitive like that, there is no vacuum that will be subsist. So the system will take care of itself. The president will rather have an IGP who will make you and I safer, protect life and property than one who is more pronounced by his tribal marks. If you're going to appoint the service chiefs from every ethnic group in this country, you're going to have more than 250 IGPs, 250 Chief of Army Staffs, 250 Chief of Naval Staffs. It's not going to work like that, and they have their own systems of producing leadership." The ongoing National Identification Number (NIN) and Subscriber Identification Module SIM integration exercise has been extended by 8 weeks, with a new deadline of April 6, 2021. This message was conveyed by the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Mantami, during the meeting of the Ministerial Task Force on NIN SIM registration, which held on Monday. Pantami stated that the extension is to give Nigerians and legal residents more time to integrate their NIN with the SIM. He reiterated the need for Nigerians and local residents who are yet to register for the NIN to be diligent and take advantage of the extension to enroll for their NIN and link with their SIMs. It will be recalled that the 4th of February 2020 was the initial date of the commencement of the national NIN SIM registration policy. The federal government has threatened to suspend flight operations from the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and the Netherlands due to the new COVID-19 protocols introduced by both countries for incoming international passengers. This disclosure was made by the Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, Mr. Musa Nuhu, at the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 media briefing on Monday, February 1st, in Abuja. Nuhu, in his statement, said in addition to the requirements are requirements for PCR tests before passengers depart from Nigeria to their countries. They are adding an extra requirement of having a rapid test done 4 hours before departure or before you board. For us, passengers do the test 72 hours before departure, and then the PCR test, and the PCAF recognizes the right of all countries to put in measures to protect their citizens, just like Nigeria has done. If they insist on having these additional tests been done, then PTF has decided that their operations will be suspended into Nigeria. You are watching National News on TOS TV. Do stay tuned for more updates coming your way. Welcome back. We continue with COVID-19 developments. An Abuja mobile court on Monday shut down the popular Wuse market in Nigeria's capital city. The UTC and the Merg shopping plazas were also shut down for violating the presidential regulations on COVID-19. This came barely 6 days after President Muhammadu Buhari signed the COVID-19 Health Protection Regulations 2021. The same regulations were also rectified by FCTA 3 days ago, with a directive by FCT Minister authorizing security agencies to arrest anyone violating the guidelines. The trial magistrate Idayat Akani fined the violators 2,000 naira each with an option of 2 weeks of community service. She also explained that the convicts were given lesser penalties because they were first offenders. ACTA noted that the presidential regulations specifically said the management of public business facilities should take full responsibility of enforcement of the COVID-19 regulations, but these markets defaulted in all aspects. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed grief at the passing of his longtime ally, friend, political loyalist, and former Minister of Information and Culture, Prince Tony Momohs. Reacting to the passage, President Buhari said Prince Momohs stood with him through thick and thin, adding his brand of loyalty is very rare in the politics of today. I will greatly miss him, the president, in a statement issued by his special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, in Abuja, Monday, recalled that as chairman, media and publicity of the All Nigeria's Party ANPP campaign organization in the 2003 and 2007 elections, as well as chairman of the Congress for Progressive Change (CPC, the late Auchi Prince contributed in no small measure to the growth and strengthening of the organizations, leading to the eventual formation of the All Progressive Congress (APC). The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timi Silva, has said asking oil companies to relocate to the Niger Delta without addressing the security concerns will only escalate Nigeria's cost of crude oil production. Silva said this on Monday in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, at a special town hall meeting organized by the state government and the Ministry of Petroleum Resources with chiefs, youth and other stakeholders in the state, according to a statement by the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board. Responding to calls for the relocation of oil companies to the Niger Delta region, the minister said youth and residents of the region must eschew restiveness and work for peace and security as preconditions for multinationals to relocate. He said, "We look at it from the perspective of cost. It will be cheaper for oil companies to operate from here because it is nearer from the operating areas. The only concern is that we have a responsibility to bring peace and security because that is another source of cost." You are watching TOS National News on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. Still ahead, business and sports. Thanks for staying tuned. Now to business. The latest figures from the Central Bank of Nigeria reveals the external reserve stood at $36.39 billion as of January 27. On the external reserves position, the CBN noted that there had been an increase in the level of external reserves, which stood at $36.23 billion as of January 21. It stated that this reflected improvements in crude oil prices, partial global economic recovery amid optimism over the discovery and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines by most developed economies. The reserve had experienced declines in recent months due to low oil receipts. External reserves as of October 30th, 2020 fell by 0.3% and 10.2% to $35.58 billion. The decrease was due mainly to the CBN's objective of ensuring predictable macroeconomic environment through interventions in SMIS, BDC and I&E windows to stabilize the Naira exchange rate. And in sports, Blessing Okagbari on Sunday night won the 60-meter in a lifetime best of 7.17 seconds at the Second American Track League Series meeting in Fayetteville, United States. Despite a slow start in the race, Okagbari took the lead a few meters to the end ahead of Jamaica's Christina Williams, who finished second at 7.18 seconds. An elated Okagbari said she hopes to compete in more races ahead of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. "I'm really excited to set a personal best in 60-meter, and I'm going to be here again. I'm happy that I'm a bit healthier now than I have been in the last 4 years. Also, it is a great feeling to be back on track considering what has been happening since last year. So it is a great feeling to be back on track and I hope to compete indoors more this year," she said. And that is the national news on TOS TV Network. For more stories and updates, do visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us to enjoy more programs. I am Ade Suwa. I'll see you. Bye for now.